is somewhere near. I think we're going to change flashlight to F and E to use. Whoa, whoa. Is he going to come back? Oh, yeah, he's coming back. Oh, yeah, he's mad. He's mad. Watch. Watch him, watch him. Ah, yeah. Get out, fire. My balls. Thank you for following. Follow me wherever I go, my balls. And I appreciate that's about you. Oh, Daddy. God damn it. Let's clear out this cache here. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Oh. Nope. Oh. Damn it. I'm going to get you. Fine. I accept my fate. And dead. Sooty's revenge. Not I mean from the asset library, smart shit 2D. Smart shape 2D. Wow. What the And then this is what I love about StreamerBot. So now we're doing it like this. And I put myself inside a TV. It's very inspired by Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Why didn't I pitch a tent? Oh boy, where am I gonna poop? I don't see any pooping holes. Uh-oh, what happened? Boom. He got you. You're dead. Game over. Okay. So this seems to be related somewhat to pulling from the asset library. So this is your nightmare. Okay, let's try this again. Fucking hell. I had to reset the modem twice. Jesus. All right. So let's see. Welcome back for anybody who came back. I understand if you didn't, and if you didn't, you probably can't hear me saying that I understand. So what's the point of me saying that I understand other than hearing myself talk? I have dropped a couple frames, um, but only 1%. So back to mediocrity. So first things first, though, let's go ahead and what I wanted to do is get myself an OBS portable here. Then, oh, that's right. This one is this one needs to be upgraded, I think. And then we're gonna try. Ugh. All right, we need basically all these. Um,
Don't mess with my toot toot. I know you have another woman. Don't mess with my toot toot.
did the disconnect work there, friend? Because I wasn't paying attention. Oh, somebody put in. Somebody put in. Of course, of course. Maybe I should turn on the commands for all those, though. Let's see. Let's see. Skip. Enable. Edit. Thank you for being first. Where's the... Where is the current song? Is there a repeat? I don't see the repeat command built in here. Is that an action that you made yourself there, Lee? Lee? From Le. Well, Well, add add C# method, execute method, add for C#. Hmm. Interesting. Cancel. I wonder if this one. Song continue, song pause. I wonder if there's anything in GitHub or something about it, but okay, commands. Last. Huh, weird. It doesn't have one built in. Which is weird. Maybe I'll just have to figure that out at a later time.
Do it! Just do it!
Thank you, Odious. Thank you. Big Amy, what I hear is that you want to be a mod. Is that what I'm hearing? That you want the responsibility? Oh, well, yes. I can't do a bit gamey. Look at me. I love Tenacious D. I can't do a bit gamey accent. Wait, he's from Texas. Howdy. Sorry, Big Amy. I didn't mean to make you sound like a slightly, well, an extremely dim-witted beetle. I apologize. Hey, Odious, since you're a sub, I believe. We have a new command for subs. The song request command. You're a hype train conductor, but you're not subbed? It is fine though. It is fine. Nobody needs to be subbed to be here. I just appreciate y'all. What the? Okay, I found one thing I don't like about my DOS keyboard. 9 months. That's baby time. That is
Odew's
baby
just
time.
subscribed for 9 months. 9 effing months.
Thank you for the sub, Odious. And now you can request songs. I think. If you want to feel your Kenergy. Okay, I'm gonna turn it down a little bit though, because I think the music might be a little bit loud and you can't hear me. Okay, so I was updating these. And now I need to do all these. Place. Yeah, my bad, dog. Advanced mask. Just can. Okay. Just putting all of these back in to my portable OBS because I want to try Finite's new effect. Ooh, this one could take a while. And then we're going to see if I can get this to work. So the goal is I was working on this before. Oh, so close. I was working on this before, but I want the effect here to be a bit more like Space Ghost. And it looks like Finite has made this happen. Okay, so we've got
another source, which will also be a source clone, and this one we will call next. Now the next scene, which will build up our transition.
Thank you,
we need to add a
BitGamey.
couple of sources to this scene to represent the scene that we're transitioning from and the scene that we're transitioning to. And the source clone plugin makes this quite easy. So go ahead and add a new source. We'll go down to source clone and we'll call this first one previous. Now, I want my previous scene to be our talking scene. So we'll go ahead down here and select talking. I'll uncheck.
All right, well, first, I want to see if we could just do this. Do this, at least get a... Oh, that's fair. Huh. Oh, I should do that. Well, let's see how many people want to try. Okay, so let's... This one seems like it's going to just blow up, which is why I don't do this on my current OBS.
Hey, insert rating streamer's name here. Thank you for the raid. How did insert last activity here go? Now, let's rock.
Welcome in, Bambo16. I'm glad that insert last activity went well. Super glad to hear that. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for coming in. What were you working on? What were you doing? What's your streams about? You're new to me. Not nude to me. New to me. Looks like you do some software game development. What's up? For raiders coming in, those of you who don't know me, I'm JD. I am a web developer. I do Godot and stream stuff on stream stuff. Primarily a Godot. My current project, my current game that I'm working on is an inverse version of Jump King, based on the Bennett Foddy type Foddian anger games, where instead of jumping up and trying, or like getting over it or quap, instead of going up, you go down. And no, not like that, you pervert. And if you miss and fall too far, then you get sent back to the beginning of the level or the last checkpoint. So just to show a little bit of that. It's slightly physics-based. I definitely won't. Where you can adjust the speed of the swing. Sometimes you do have to fall. But if you go too far, boom. Oh, there's a block there. How did the block get there? I don't know. But if you fall too far, then it sends you back to the top. So this version was originally a Game Jam version for Ludum Dare. And also, welcome in first-time chatters. We got a couple of y'all. Pro Basher, Weeb, 6279, Kezibin, 79, yeah, that's Kezibin. Bamo, oh, Big Gamey, you were right, you're right. So Bamo, I just added in the song request command. I am making it sub only, but it's brand new, and that might change since you rated though. Now, if for readers coming in, if you like what you see, feel free to drop a follow. If you don't like what you see, feel free to drop a follow anyway and hate watch. I'm fine with whatever. Again, thank you for the raid. Thank you for coming in. Right now, though, I am trying to work on a new stream effect. So my overlay that you see around is completely built in Godot. And I have this little thing, but the overlay is inspired by Space Ghost Coast to Coast. So I'm wondering if there is a way that we can use some existing OBS plugins to build out a Mars. I hope that you do watch it. I haven't come up with what the next one is going to be, but this week is like jam-packed with stuff for me. So I've got, which is why I'm streaming today. I'm not going to be able to stream at all this week until Saturday at the very earliest, because I am subbing with another band, or yeah, well, with another community band. So on Monday, I'm rehearsing with one band. On Tuesday, I'm rehearsing with another. On Wednesday, I'm performing with one band. On Thursday, I'm performing with another. And that's all happening at night. Captain Krabs, I play saxophone primarily, but I do play I'm gonna assume that you meant butt for once.
Did you just rip your dick off and throw it at me?
Not this time. That wasn't me. It must be somebody else throwing it around at you. I'm gonna assume that you said that you meant butt for once. But yeah, feel free, drop a follow, hang out, come on in some other time, and yeah, I'd love to show off all my stuff. Okay, properties here. Bit gamey, thank you for the 40 bits. Or how, I don't even know what I'm charging for that. But thank you for the bits. 50, thank you for the 50 even. All right, so we're gonna add in a filter. We're gonna use, I think it's the advanced mask. Is it adjustment? Bitty bitties. All right, so it is instead Luma Glow.
Later
There's a
on,
clone.
we're going to be able to select our clone type as current and previous. So everything we build right now will just work. Go ahead and click on your next scene and click filters. And under your filters screen here, add an advanced mask and call it Luma to source. And the source that we want to use is this exact same source. So we're applying a mask of itself to itself.
Mask of itself to itself. Source. Cam.
So go ahead and select next for your source. And now on our channel parameters, select
Filter on luminosity.
luminosity. And you'll see we start to get this funny
Okay. So I don't really have that. Let's keep going with it. Let's keep going with it and just see.
edge that we can make, you know, spread as our transition goes on, we want to use compression, specifically threshold compression.
Okay. Threshold. Threshold.
And what threshold compression does is it says that anything above a given luminance,
Animating Luna.
plug in to do this, specifically a move value filter, which allows us to animate the change of a field. And this is how, for the next time, down to our mask multiplier filters in scene as transition, we are going to already have changed.
All right, I
In
want
order to do this, we are going to go to our Luma mask, and I'm just going to set our threshold value somewhere in the middle so that we can kind of.
Okay, come on.
Now our stroke size, we will set to. So under source, select next, uncheck this infill, and you'll see now set our threshold value somewhere in the middle.
We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this.
We'll close our filters. Shadow plugin comes in. We are going to add a stroke, and let's call this neon.
Source.
All
right. Close. Come on, fake OBS. Why you breaking? When in doubt, I'm going to blame the Finite.
Long, long
I haven't fully integrated that into the good overlay yet. Yet. It will be. It will be. It meant long, long man. Hey, did my filter go in there? Okay, we had an advanced mask, alpha mask, type source is cam. Threshold, there we go. Right. Close. Add. Stroke. What source is he using there?
The source that we want to stroke is our next source that we've now punched up.
Okay, source is oh no. Okay, this isn't gonna work. I think I know why. I think I know what's going on here. I think I know what I've messed up. We're gonna try it one more time, and then if it doesn't do the thing. Advanced mask source is not that. We want it to be video capture device. There. That's why it was getting to be messed up. Okay, there we go. Do I have I have something weird happening here. Excuse me. With this. Okay, so we're getting closer. We're getting closer. All right, so video capture filters. We're getting there. If I were to ooh. It's not perfect, but haha. uh, oh, that is cool. What happens when I invert? Does it get any Not really. Okay, so this is trippy as all hell, but it's getting close. So how do we do this? We have the an elementary edge detection. Well, it's not so elementary for me. Okay, luminosity. But if we do it like this, then the stroke no, not like that. Well, maybe not. Inner stroke. We'll type. Do that, and then filter on this. A glow. And now, when I do the filter here, it's going to be something like, ooh, this looks so cool. It's going to be something like this that almost burns me into place. Okay. Okay, I've got a path forward on this. This is something I'm going to work on. I'm going to work on off stream instead of trying to figure out all the different things that we have. I mean, check this out. If I could have that and do the opposite with that and have my have them both happen at the same time, that'll kind of give the effect. So if I invert it, then it should just be my face showing. Yeah. Okay, cool, cool. You said nuke. I've heard of nuke before. Um, Actually, when I was looking at something last night to animate some things, Captain Krabs recommended, which Captain Krabs was here, right? Yeah. But there was nuke. Um, Neutron. And then there's something like that I read about it. Natron is essentially a clone of Nuke. And I don't know much about it at all, but I am interested. Interested in checking it out. Okay, so it's pretty much the same. It's like a fork. Fork of a fork of a fork of a fork of a fork. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. We're going to move that. Here. Natron did, or Nuke did, or none of the above. Where am I? Am I streaming on the YouTubes? Okay, good. I am. Because I can't see my chat for the YouTubes. Can I? Yeah, okay, I can. I'm just... lost. Lost in the... Natron was Nuke until the Foundry bought it. Gotcha. Okay. Lucas, welcome in. So I am working on a couple things. I was just looking a little bit at my overlay and trying to come up with a couple new effects for it. But I think we might go back to the game, or and the game that I'm working on right now is kind of a rage-inducing. At least the goal is for it to be rage-inducing. In the spirit of Bennett Foddy type games, where you grapple and you swing and you find your way down a cave and hope that you don't fall, because if you fall, oh no, you get sent back. But I'm trying to improve it using a plugin. Oh, hold on, let me stop the thingy, to make different shapes. And part of the problem that I'm running into is, one, I'm not an artist. So I made this background, but I'm having a hard time with a floor that matches. So here's what I've got so far for that, and it's not great. So what I'm wanting to do is mainly have the edge. I don't really like the way that the edge looks right now. So it is, but I want to get good so that we have more options as we go further down. Lucas, thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm trying to look at like the way that this was done with its tile set, which we can look over at this. Here's the tile set. So those blocks kind of fall into that on top, but we're getting rid of that part in favor of just these, but we have a lot more pixels for it. So let's we almost need like rocks. So a bit more contrast, Lucas. That's a good idea. I'm definitely in favor of that. Let me pull up my obsidian though. So there are going to be at least the goal. The goal, the ultimate, here's what I hope happens is that we have different biomes. So the first one is going to be caves, which is the kind of blue one. Then we're going to go into a dungeon, then some mines, then a castle, then somehow there's an underground forest, and then out of nowhere a shopping mall, then you end up in a monster. And this is all brainstorming, just putting in different biomes, but kind of starting off like that. And then so Odious, the tile itself is actually like, what do I have it as? 64 by 64. So I think that I can add extra. It's just a matter of like how to make it fit in. But you know what? Let me try something here. Give me a second. Mm-hmm. So por favors. Okay. Eh. This is where it could definitely. So the comment is like the way could it be a snowy cave? I mean, it could be anything. I mean, it's a game. We can ultimately we have the say in what we do. Try that the other way here. And something like that's a little bit more organic looking. At least I think so. Now, what's it look like without this? Actually, I like that a lot better. Because it doesn't look as uniform, right? Now, let's see where... Let's pick a red. Right. Okay, so that lines up pretty well there. Okay. I like that a lot. Just doing little, like, more... Okay. Okay. Okay, okay. Now let's see over here. Got this, we've got that. Um okay. Now we need to do something about the... No, no. Um there we go. I think that's a significant fix. All right. So, and then what we need, we do that. Actual hell, no. What do y'all think? Does it, I mean, it gives it a better delineation. It looks a lot more organic. I still need to make the taper And so for that, now what is it? Smart shape, not simple shape. Jesus. So we're fortunate here that it has a in the docs somewhere. It has this taper, corner, corner, taper. So we can kind of use that. Now, if I frame do a wee bit here. The taper left. So go. Taper right. Um, then we need a corner outer. Now for that, we're going to need to do some cleverness here. What the hell? Oh, shit. Okay. Need that. Then we're just going to simple ink here. And then shading, reverse the shades. Okay. Oh, we got ads coming up here. Ooh, and thank you for the follow, Suraman UA. Appreciate you. I'm going to put on words, and I'm going to take a quick break. So subs and turbo get to play words. If you don't have, I appreciate you sticking around for the ads, and I'll be back. But I need to go potty. I'll be back. Welcome back and great job. Hello, Munglo. How you doing? Welcome in, Best Worst Bard, and also thank you for the first time chat, Sumarin UA. Great to see you. Hope you're all doing well. Outer. All right, let's see how this shit looks now. With these things. Texture corner. Is that bad? Texture corner outer. And then taper left. Use corner texture, use that. That doesn't seem to have done anything here. Or did it? Hello. Um, did I get them wrong here? Taper left. Why are they not tapered? Um, that is bothering me. Oh, is a taper only supposed to be half the size? Okay. That changes things around a little bit. All right, so then I have lost my pencil. Oh, there's my pencil. Um, Copy that, file new. Okay, now we'll do a taper right. Well, first let's check this out and see. I can't tell what side that's supposed to be tapering. Oh, is this part of the problem? No. Ooh, wait, maybe? Okay. What the heck is going on with this one? These sharp corners just aren't doing it. I want the corners to be able to be sharp, but I don't see what's... Wait, what? Okay, let's... Is there anything in scenes? Examples. Bill? No, I want the... Okay, I don't know, but if I could find in the file system here, add-ons, Nothing there. What if I copy it and then try to paste it in here? That's essentially the same thing that I just did. But let's make it like very, very, very very clear that we're using this one. I cannot tell what tile is being used here. Okay, that was an outer corner. Then what was the corner outer? Notcher is welcome in. Cricket, welcome in. Good to see you. I'm trying. I am. Sprites are hard. I'm trying this plugin. And things are a little bit frustrating with it. Unless, is it full in there? Oh, no, bad. Is this something that, okay, no, it's just a thing right there. So, not sure. We do Godot around here. I don't shame anybody for using things that aren't Godot. I just know that I'm better than you. I'm kidding. I don't know. I don't think I'm better than anyone. But so I'm using this thing in Godot. It's called Smart Shape 2D. And let me turn off the corner textures here. So what it's supposed to do, and let me turn off the. What the hell is going on here? Oh, that's what's going on here. So the goal is being able to make shapes, right? Make shapes because I want to have slightly more organic looking shapes than using a regular tile map. And I think it works great. So here is like original level 1A, using tile maps. Not bad, but I run into problems where I want to have spiky points, where I can't really get it to work just the way that I want. It needs to be so wide. I'm using the Godot default. Well, the tile map that I'm using, I bought off of itch, is part of a package, but I'm using normal, just the tip, Dustin. 16 or 47. What do you mean? That's a very personal question. I'd appreciate if you don't ask about my wing tiles. God damn. I am a 12-year-old boy. But Smart Shape, Smart Shape, instead of being so set to this, is the thing about it is you're supposed to be able to, like, make any shape that you want here. And I like that idea. Right? The problem is that for it to work correctly is that you need to create... Yeah, exactly. You need to create basically... Where? All of these, right? We've got the taper, we've got the edge, corner, taper. Yeah, exactly. 9 slicing, pretty much. So I'm trying to use this as a guide of how to do it, but some things just aren't lining up. So what I'm doing instead is I found in the examples here, we're taking that, we're copying it here, and actually, hold on. New layer. I'm going to paste you there. I'm going to move your ass down here. Fine, I will move your ass up here. All right, and then here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that, move you down right on top of here. Dual grid tile grids? I have not. Please share this info with me. Nope, wait, bad. Oh, wait, back up. Okay. I gotta click on the wing here. I'm gonna search for this, and if something weird comes up, not sure, I'm coming after you. Oh, cricket. Also, I added this in for subs recently. Song request. So just to make it more enticing if you want to hear a song. I'm not saying anybody needs to sub. I am too immature to read this. Okay. Wang use. God damn it. I'm not sure how safe I feel using Wang for edging. Yes, yes. I know I have issues. I know. I know there's something wrong with me. Okay, this is something that I'll definitely read up on, or maybe I'll try to find a video that explains it, because I am much more of an audio learner than video. Let's hide layer 3, move you there. Now, rotate your ass 90. Move you there. Oh, I think I know what I did. If this is Rickroll, I am totally banning you for life.
The process of creating tiles.
Okay. Okay. So I think I know what I did with the what I did before here. Because look at that. I think maybe I just had the selection. So let's save. Yeah, outer corner. Thank you, BitGamey. Thank you. All right, so we got that. Let me just see if I can get this. I think this might be the other problem with it. I think. Still needs work. What is up? Looking at the... Oh, Nacho, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Looks like these are almost half the size of this. So the two of these would go into one of that. But I'm wondering almost if I need to like shrink it down even further. Like, well, let me just see with what I've got, okay? See here, go here, file system. Outer corner, there. Inner corner. there. Okay, now here we see there's a corner, but it's offset by quite a bit. What about an inner corner here? I feel like this is something where if I... Okay, inner corner, same thing. Rusty, welcome in. First time chat. Great to see you. So we're seeing some problems here, and this is what I was suspicious of. The size of these is too large. So, instead, let's do this. All right, so if this is the full size, this is half. So we need it even smaller. Oh no, not that. Canvas size. That's what I want to do. Oh no, 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 no. Something like that. I think that might be what it's expecting. So let's do outer corner here. Okay, now looking at this, like the image itself, if I go back here, the corner itself is like down in the middle there. So I'd expect it to want the corner to be right there. Using the exact example. So looking here, Jake Blade, what is up? I'm having some frustrations here. Now, what if I save it like that? Okay, now it's at least getting in the right place, but it's like double the size. So instead, should I be like doing this? But even then, it's still getting that weird, like the tapering. Okay, here we go. So we're at least getting somewhere. We're... I turn off the corner. Now, how is this corner looking? That corner, it's still, like, not exactly... That's overlapping, which is not what I want to see. Unless that's one that's broken. But... Okay, taper sharp corners. At least we are getting there. Z is relative. Okay, so it looks like here, okay, if I do the offset, that's fine, but render offset there. Where was the edge? Okay, now where then, if I do the collision polygon, here's where I start running into problems because now I have to adjust for that. But if I have the shape here, ooh, that's cool. Looks like maybe welding might be a solution. Okay, it looks like if I do it like this, now the corners are accurate, but there's a gap. Why is there gap? So here it looks like that the corner, right? So debug is doing its job, kind of. But it looks like, what corner did I just mess with? Okay, so here, I don't even know if this is going to help at all, but I'm going to try it. Save that as outer corner. Hide that. Let's turn off the debug here. All right, that did it. Ooh, Jake. Oh, my name's Jake Blade, and you should check out my game, Kirker. Kirker. Kirker, Kirker, Kirker. Kirker, 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 Kirker. Sorry, Jake. I know you probably have more games than that, but that's the first one that... Yes! But Jake, I've made almost $5 so far. Five American US dollarinos. I'm ready to quit my job. I'm kidding. If anybody that I work with is watching this, I'm not ready. Nobody. Satire. Okay, so I think I may have found what we need to do. There's outer corner. Now, inner corner is the one that I'm concerned about the most. Inner corner. Let's go here. Let's get us an inner corner. Now, that's what it looks like there. But that's what it looks like here. So let's put the debug on. Is it just supposed to be this part of it? Like this little square section? And Jake, I'm sorry I copied your thumbnails. You had a great idea, and you hadn't posted anything in a while, so I did steal from you, and I appreciate your inspiration. That's what it wanted. That's what it wanted. What about the tapering? Oh, Jake, don't do that. Go ahead. Link the YouTubes. No, I found that the ones that I was inspired by you are doing actually pretty well. And it's the more clickbaity the title, the better it does. Oh, I'm not stealing that because that would be too obvious. But damn, you are getting some traction here, my friend. You are doing well. I like that Dutch saying. It goes with the... So Jake Blade, the workaround I found for that is dual streaming. Because if you stream, that's considered a video upload. And here, let me... Let me go to my... Here, let me bring this up. So yeah, this is considered a video being uploaded. I mean, estimated revenue. I got partner on like this day, or maybe somewhere around here. I don't know. It hasn't been that long, but this June 24th, I feel that one's taking off because I didn't put exactly what you're learning. I put faster state machines. Oh, well, I'm going to click that shit. Bad cop, that's because I didn't stream at GodotCon. I would love to see, I'd love to be able to do something like what you had on display there. That was absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see the finished product. Also, how did... Nobody recorded it. Nobody recorded it. Even Cavino didn't record it. Which is a shame, because I would have loved to put me rickrolling. Oh, no. I can't get the sound right. You need the reverb, you need the... all the stuff just right. Whoa. You know what I find funny about this is that there's a follow-up that does like everything and puts it all together. And nobody, well, not nobody, but less than half watched the second part. And then this one is the follow-up. That's a funny thing, Jake Blade. This one's a follow-up, but because I put the bad cop, please vent. Did you EXO never heard this song before? Do we need to go over to her stream and just be like, closing time, closing time. I know who I want to take me home. Wait, might get banned for saying that if they don't have the context for it. But anyway, yeah, this one, I don't know, it's taken off. I think that part of it is I put it on Reddit. I mean, that's not a wrong description. Oh, I finished that drink. That's for anybody who went to a bar in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, early 2010s. This was a signifier of, well, time to close out. Because every bar thought that this was perfect for that. Okay, so let's see if we've discovered the pattern here. There's the inner corner. Taper left. What does the taper left look like now? It looks extra large. So instead, let's copy this part. Delete that. Actually make it taper. Still not quite right. Let's see. Where is the taper left? Okay, it's at least there, but it looks very squished. Very, very squished. So do I instead need to... Okay, what the hell? Max, what is up? Oh no, not that high. 64. Let's try that. Yes, yes, Max, it is. It is my pixel art, or attempt of... Let's see. I haven't learned. I am learning. Okay, that looks better. So have we found the secret sauce? I think we might have... So let's look at the... Do this. Export as, taper right. Then there has to be something about welding. Let's turn off the weld. Now what the hell? This is where it once again gets weird. Because I want it to be like... like that, but why the hell are we getting the bumpies here? And what is going on here? Do we have any kind of... Nope, bad. Why are the edges bumpy like that? This is not something that we had before. Is it because of the size of the taper? I don't know. Hey, Personal Hattie, what is up? Sorry, I'm not always looking at the chat over, but I will check. Like, what the hell is going on here? Why? Does that do better? No. Crop? No. But do I have inner corners now? Or is that broken? Okay, I'm getting the feeling that we're getting closer. So let me make this bigger here. All right, I don't. Okay. I don't know how to read these. But from the look of it, there should be like where there's this green or this blue should be an inner corner. Where there's this green should be outer corner. But I don't see anything about tapering. Unless I do. I don't know, but ads are going to be starting up over on YouTube or over on Twitch. So I'm going to turn words back on. I'd appreciate it if anybody wants to play, they play. Remember, if you sub or have turbo, you don't see ads and you can play. If you don't and just want to hang around for the ads to support, I appreciate that too. But I will be back in a couple minutes. Okay, back. Excuse me. Sorry, it took a little bit longer than expected. I needed to run to the restroom, and right before I went, I found. Well, let's be honest. I'm an idiot. I have the offset set, which is why everything looked broken. So file export as edge, and after this words, you'll see. So nobody's playing it. So there, that solved that problem. So here's the thing that I went and did. I had offset set, which is why everything is that far out. Okay, so now if I change that, it's going to update. Now the inner corner is there. Now, what did I have as outer corner? How far back can I go here? All right. Open, recent. What the hell? All right. Oh, wait, no, not yet. Not yet. Okay. What the hell? Two layer twos? Eight layer. Damn it. Okay, and then I've got a good taper. Okay, cure the problem, taper left. The hell? Okay, taper left here. Okay, we're starting to look better here. And then taper sharp corners, yes. Okay, now this is problem squish and stretch. What is happening right here? I don't know what this is. If I do that, um, yeah, that definitely has something. Like, what's it grabbing onto there? What? Captain Krabs, welcome back. Big Gamey, welcome back. I can't tell what texture unless there is something in the corner here. No. I'm not sure what's going on. Like, if I get it to this point, great. But the second that it gets too squishy here, one, that's no longer tapering. Why isn't that tapering? Why isn't that edge considered? Now, I know that I'm spending a lot of time on this, but I think that after getting it figured out, it's going to be a lot better, like figuring out how to use it in the future. Now, if I add another one here, then we get the two corners. But it's the sharp edge taper sharp corners. There we go. But that's where we get into problems here, where it's like it's missing some texture. What texture it be missing? 64, 64, 64, 64. The crop works. No weld. All right, so this is where we're seeing problems. I don't see a way to like edit the taper. But regardless, all right. So even if I take out the curves, right? It still makes it so that we can make better shapes than what we had before. Now, the question is how difficult is it going to be to utilize this and build another one? Do I have to do the whole thing over again? Or Problem here. Okay, so do I need a separate static body for each one of these? That's the other question. So I'll move that here. We make a oh, I've done so many things bad here. Now, can I use this as a resource here? Shape material, and then it has everything in here. Let's try that. Let's try that. Okay, I think I broke something here. Because now the collision shape isn't working. Why not? Is there anything in the debugger? Oh, I see what's going on here. I see what's going on here. There it is. There it is. Okay. So I think that I'm getting ideas for how it might work. Let's hide the collision polygon. So okay, this one. Looks decent enough, right? So here is then the question. I can't have multiple point array, right? If I open that in, yeah. Okay, I think we have it figured out for the edges. There are still some problems like right here where it's not quite enough. Now I wonder if there's something in the corners in the material edge metadata here. You know, we can take that off, and then we could add another. But it gets to a point here where, like, can we edit the corner limits and the, what is the angle here? Because I don't like that open. Instead, if we go here, and there, now the nice thing is what we could do here, I think that'll leave the snapping on. Oh, snap. And we can have multiple materials. That's one of the things that I liked, is that we can, this one's kind of no longer necessary. We can have multiple materials and have like a, but edge material, add a second one here, and then have that only be on the bottom. So we could have different things on the bottoms of blocks, or whatever we want to call them, platforms. Does this update with it? It does. Sweet. And then we can Ashu, what is up? Welcome in over on YouTube. Good to see you. And Chem Krabs, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. You got stuff you need to be doing. No sorries here. Now, this should... Nope, bad. This should have the corner. Why isn't there a corner texture? Hey, no, thank you for watching it. I hope that it helped out. So, it's something that I need to utilize a bit more, and I find that I learn best by teaching or explaining it. And if I can explain it to a level where other people can understand, then I finally have a grasp of it. I'm gonna be using it and rewriting my character here from all this spaghetti. So much. Look at all these methods. But the main reason that I started doing those videos, the state machine in particular, is because I looked at this and like, what the hell am I seeing here? What am I doing? So there are a lot of things that are going to be broken out of this to the to a new state machine. Excuse me one second. But thank you for watching it. I appreciate that. I appreciate feedback. I'm trying to come up with the next video to do. So if you've got any suggestions, please, by all means. Right now, I'm working on this. And trying to figure out why some of the things I'm that should be working aren't working. And this is part of a game that I want to focus on. It's going to be, the primary thing that I do. Wait a minute. Okay, that went to taper. Weird. Okay, so this corner is not cornering. There we go. That might be better. What the actual hell? What is weld? Why does weld break things? So it's either I weld or things break. So weapon system. So that could work. My goal with those videos is not to necessarily show how to use them for specific things, but to give more of a basis of understanding of how to use it and make your own. Because there's that saying where teach some or give someone a fish, feed them for a day, teach someone to fish, feed them for life. That's the way that I kind of view it. Is if I teach you how to do something and grow and be able to do that kind of thing, then you're gonna have a much better understanding and be able to do more with that on your own. And that's why I went with something simple like a character controller, because I think that's a firm basis, or a firm knowledge base to get you started. A firm foundation is the word that I'm looking for. And then using that to do more complex things. At least that's kind of the way that I think of. Well, what in the actual hell did I just do? Oh God. Oh no. What have I done? Oh, no. What the? This should be using the corner. Did I mess up on the corners? Inner corner. Outer corner. Outer corner. Oh. How can it be developed? So yeah. I can let me switch over to that really quick. I think I will save and maybe come back. Um All right, so let's look at some of the thoughts that people had. Oh. Okay, let me just do all my. Let me and then okay, sorry. Gotta be good. Gotta be good YouTube person. All right. There were some really good discussions down here. The man exported array, blah blah blah. So like Panama Pace here put a couple days ago. You have a complex move set like for a fighter or 3D platformer with a lot of moves. Each move gets its own block of code. Now there's an argument that having multiple files is bad. I had to get over that myself because coming from a web development standpoint, where if you have multiple files and every one of those files is an HTTP request back and forth, which is delaying the load time of a page, which is too much time for a page to load, gets people to go away. But in Godot, everything gets compiled down to something much more simple. Or so there aren't as many files getting loaded once everything gets mushed right down. Let's go Reddit. And full discussion here. Wow. Oh, this is cool. I love that this sparked discussion. All right, so let me see. I'm trying to think of a higher level scenario that we could um talk about. Let's see. Okay, so let's think about let me hide that browser source real quick, just in case I want to come back to this. All right, so let's think about if we have a UI. Hold on. Let's think about UI as a higher level idea, more in depth. All right. So you might think that a UI is graphical, right? Because you've got your UI. Do this, that. Menu. Start. Exit. Right? You think that it's a graphical node based. However, each one of these buttons can lead to a different state. You could be in the option state, you could be in the start state, which then transitions to the gameplay state. And then going from the options, let's just use that, all right? Oh. So options then takes you to game options, sound, accessibility, blah, blah, blah. Now going, oh, that was weird. Now going, let's just say graphics. We take that. We're going to yet another state of resolution, FPS. Now, instead of having nodes for all these, having them as different states, having a finite state machine for your UI is going to be a lot easier, because then you know that within your game options, or within your graphics options, then the graphics menu state has the options for resolution, FPS, anti-aliasing, and then you can make all the adjustments in there. In addition, now let's clear all this. Is there a quick... Can I just do a... There we go. Perfect. So another thing is for saving. Right? Because the finite state machines in code are pure code, like what I just said. What did I do? Like brain. I am using Obsidian with Excalidraw plugin. And I've got a drawing tablet over here on this side. So another thing is for saving, because if we were saving with the node based, then you'd have to save the node and all the data in there. However, if we save with code based, if we just say that we want the state of where the character is. All that we have to save is walking, saving a dictionary of cat, tap it, fat thumb. Water. And you don't have to save the entire object. You can just save little bits of, where things happen to be. You could also do the same for NPCs. Like if an NPC has already told you I'm just using dictionary for example, has sold false. Things like that. There's a lot that you can do with it. For another example, instead of saving like a whole node of a whole scene worth of position Y, position X, position Z, velocity Y, X, Y, Z, all of the different things of a simple JSON file. Here, let me. I'm going to be elite and use Vim here. It could be something like, something like this as a state that can just be saved. I don't want to get too deep into like actually building out extra things because that's where I wanted to give the foundation for. So some examples of what can be done. So hopefully that didn't muddy the waters. Another thing, Cricket, you still here? Cricket? Chirp, chirp. I'm gonna shout out Cricket to call Cricket to summon he who is Cricket. Also, Alpine Alpaca, I think that I missed your follow. Thank you for that if you're still around. All right, I'm gonna have ads coming up. I don't want to run them another time, at least on Twitch. So I'm going to find a raid target here pretty soon because I've got some stuff that I need to do. It's not quite a lazy Sunday for me. So let's see who is streaming. Who can we go bug? Who can we share the love with? I kind of want to go over to EXO. You know what? No, we're gonna return a favor. That's what we're gonna do. Let's see. Oh, maybe I should unmute. So I don't want to get. Let's see. No, maybe not. Maybe not. I don't want to get picked on the YouTubes for that. No, we haven't been to code for a while. Make sure I'm spelling it right. All right, so we're gonna go over to code. I don't want to start the raid up just yet. But so just a reminder, I'm not gonna be back all week. If I finish up stuff, Himanshu, thank you for that. Yeah, I appreciate that, and hopefully it can be used. I mean, it really depends on the language and whether or not the language is object oriented or accepts, that kind of states as an object. What's going on here? But for the most part, I believe that it can be used like that. But all right, we're getting the warning that ads are going to be starting, so that means it's about time for me to run off because I don't want to run them another time if I'm going to be taken off. I might, if I finish up stuff that I need to, I might come back tonight because I'm not going to be back for the rest of the week. I am going to try to put together another tutorial. So for those of you who are not watching on YouTube who would like to support me there's a link for it. There's a Ko-fi, and here is Discord. Hey, hopefully that link still works. If not, then I'm a member of the Hub Discord server. I have my own little section there. Jeez, it's hard to type over here. I'm just trying to... There's a thing. God, YouTube. All right, so yeah, let's not do the ads. I might be back tonight. I might not. I might be back, or I'll definitely be back by Saturday, probably. Maybe Friday, probably not. But Saturday, definitely. Well, actually, maybe Friday during the day, because I have the day off, and yeah. All right, so doing wonderful. Rating now. Snooze them ads. Thank you all so much for hanging out.
I got you.
It's been a great time. I'm so glad that you all are so amazing. I'm gonna say goodbye over on YouTube now, because you can't raid with me, unfortunately. So take care. Himanshu and everybody else, thank you for hanging out.
Just in case